Welcome to another episode of the Dublin Wrestling Takedown Show. I'm Jason Holcomb, your host, joined by our coach, Ben Lanier. Coach, continued improvement. I keep seeing it at the Raider Tri-Meet with Brihm County.
Yep.
Lots of great things that I saw out of there from middle and high school.
Yeah.
And then Effingham County, some continued. Talk about those two in particular and what you saw out of the wrestlers.
Yeah, so last Tuesday we went to West Lawrence, kind of seeing a measuring stick of where we were this early in the season. We beat Brihm County. They were in our region last year, and we're able to beat them pretty well. I was proud of that. And then obviously the main event of the night, Dublin versus West Lawrence. I grew up watching Dublin and West Lawrence wrestle each other for state championships.
Man,
Sometimes
how old I am. I was covering them.
And so we wrestled really hard, probably the best I've seen us wrestle since I came back to Dublin. Ended up just short. I think they beat us by 7. We had 2 forfeits, so I can't really complain about that. A lot of guys showed up that haven't really put things together yet this season, so I'm really proud of that. Shout out to Terrell Williams. We started at 120 with him. He will be 113 by the end of the year. Actually, he'll be 113 this weekend, but him wrestling up and starting that dual meet off with an overtime win just really set the tone for us at West Lawrence. And I'm really grateful for Mitch Allhorn out at West Lawrence for letting us come over and duel them. I'm of the belief that when the whole county is good at wrestling, only the kids benefit. Obviously, I'm partial to the green and gold, so I always want us to win. But I'm really grateful for the relationship we have with both county school systems and even Trinity as well. And then this weekend we went to Effingham County, put the kids in a 32-man individual bracket. So they were wrestling a long time this weekend. Our last match finished up at 11:30 on Friday night.
Holy moly.
And then weigh-ins were at 7 a.m. on Saturday. So we are exhausted, really proud of our guys competing in that tournament. A lot of high-quality competition. There were some brackets that had state champs and multiple state placers. So
wow.
Really, really proud of our guys in that tournament.
Well, we don't want to waste too much time, so let's check out our Optim Wrestlers of the Week. Well, Coach, I kind of hinted at it. I said Wrestlers of the Week. I didn't say Wrestler of the Week. And so we've got a pair of wrestlers who shined during the Effingham event. Talk about Taj and Tank and their continued growth.
Yeah, so Taj and Tank, they both kind of took different paths to get 6th this weekend. Taj ended up losing his very first match and had to wrestle all the way back through the consolation rounds in a 32-man bracket. That takes a lot of heart, especially when you're wrestling till 11:30 on a Friday night. I was really proud of him. He got a really big win over a wrestler from Screven County that beat him probably 2 or 3 times last year. Actually beat him in the semifinals at the region tournament last year, and Taj beat him, I think, 8-2 this time. So great growth from Taj. I'm really proud of him. He's a little banged up coming out of Saturday, so we're making sure that everything's good with him. But he's a fighter, and I'm really proud of him. And then Tank, I tell him he just needs to believe in himself, because if you look at him physically, he needs nothing else. But when he actually believes himself and puts it all together, especially on his feet, he's unstoppable.
He's super quick.
Yes, so quick. He put together some great wins this weekend. Ended up losing to a guy twice from South Carolina, Waccamaw, I think was the school. And so both of those matches were winnable, so I think he beat himself up a little bit about that. But he's a fighter. He's one of the 2 placers we had this weekend, and I'm endlessly proud of him because of his growth and because of his heart.
Well, we want to thank our folks at Optim for giving us a chance to celebrate our wrestlers every week. And not just that, but everything that they do to make sure that our kids are healthy and in a good place to wrestle. Coach Melissa and Dr. Hansen are two of the best to take care of our kids. So thank you, Optim, for that.
Yes, and absolutely. The Optim people down in Effingham actually got Taj in with Dr. Hansen this morning. So I'm really thankful for them. Really thankful for that partnership.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Optim. And there's no rest for the weary. I keep saying this, but we talked about this before the show began. There's no Christmas break for Dublin wrestling.
No.
Talk about, just give a brief overview of what we've got coming up. And I know there's going to be another opportunity during the break to catch the Irish in action.
Yeah, so if you can identify an unsuccessful wrestling season, it probably derailed over Christmas break. And so it is imperative of us to make sure that we, keep our same practice regimen. We're taking them all over the state on Christmas break. We're actually going to Jones County tomorrow for a dual meet. This weekend we'll be at Scriven County for their dual tournament. Scriven and us have kind of developed a good rivalry. They were kind of our region foe last year. We moved out of that region, but we still match up with them a lot. So we're going down to their dual tournament. Really excited to see how the guys stack up in this dual tournament, just because we're finally getting some guys down to the weights that they're going to be this season. So then after that, the weekend after, we'll be at Washington Wilkes, close to Athens, for another dual tournament. And then 3 days after Christmas, we'll be at West Lawrence for the Raider Invitational, which is a tournament we always compete in. And West Lawrence hosts a great tournament for the guys. So, yeah, no rest for us. There is no such thing as Christmas break for Dublin wrestling, but these guys are locked in and really engaged. And I think last Tuesday at West Lawrence kind of helped them open their eyes to see what they're capable of.
Yes, it was so much fun, and I want to thank, we had a good Dublin contingent out there at West Lawrence, which was fantastic. I know for you it meant a lot to have a lot of green and gold support at a mid-year wrestling event.
Yeah. It really does mean a lot to me, Jason. I'm glad you brought that up, because it meant a lot to me to look in the stands and see, Coach Holmes, Dr. Batts, Dr. Hartley from the high school. And I don't want to leave anybody out, because I obviously wasn't looking in the stands, but I saw a lot of green and gold. Dr. Thomas from our central office came. And I know wrestling's not the most popular sport, but to see those people buy in for our kids, it meant a lot to them, I know, and it really, really meant a lot to me. So, yeah.
Yes, thank y'all, and I hope that you guys will come out 28th and 29th Raider Invitational, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Same gym.
Same gym. Look a little different. A few more teams going to be involved.
A little different. And then when we get back from Christmas break, January 4th is actually our senior night, and that will be in our gym. But I'm sure we'll talk about that more when the time comes.
We want to let you guys know that over the break, this show will be taking a break, even though the wrestling teams won't be taking a break. But be looking for us when we come back in the spring semester. It's hard to think about that already in 2023, but we'll be back weekly to do a show to highlight our wrestlers. And thank you, as always, for watching the Dublin Wrestling Takedown Show.